Hello, and welcome back to Core. We're starting dinner, right? We mostly cooked it, right? Sorry, it's been a minute since I recorded this. I took another week off. It's fine. It's fine. Excuse me. He then brings the pot of noodles over and pours the meat sauce mixture from the pan into the pot, mixing everything together before placing the lid back on and carrying it to the kitchen. I quickly grab the bowls and stack them together. Following Mike, he places the pot on the living room table. Everyone moves back a little as a response. Okay. I place the bowls on the table and everyone reaches to grab one. Okay. Oh, that looks loud. Oops. I did not readjust the the audio. There we go.
All right, everyone. We thought of a great idea. We portioned it out for ourselves. Why did you bring the pot out here, though? We could have gone into the kitchen instead. Now, that can be answered by a simple word called fun.
Faust rolls his eyes and rests his head on his arm. Mike and I sit down as he reaches over and takes the lid off the pot. He's not expecting us to eat all of that, right?
Well, there are 6 of us. We can do it. And I'm actually pretty hungry. Might not have eaten anything because of the nerves.
Either way, leftovers can't hurt. However, no one goes for the first bite. Everyone just looks at each other as if it was impolite to do so. Not like it matters. We're between friends, in my opinion.
Guys, food is served.
Well, if no one's jumping in, I'm going to steal it all for myself. I give up on waiting and I reach for the handle first. Everyone just creepily watches me grab some food, and when I look down at my bowl, I start to feel self-conscious, as if I grabbed too much. However, since I made the first move, breaking the tension, everyone else begins to grab their share. I sit back down and start shoving some of the noodles into my mouth, instantly feeling a spice hit my tongue. It's not a bad feeling, and it makes the food more flavorful, but it catches me off guard. Anytime, I eat food that's, a little bit spicy, I have a little bit of a heart attack of, oh god, how is my stomach gonna react? It sucks that, I don't mind spicy food, but, I'm now, I'm now horrified of what it can do to my stomach. I'll just be in pain. Anyone else have that issue? I look up to see everyone else digging in, and it makes me realize that I haven't eaten with everyone as a group before. Well, I had lunch with Ed and Gus when we were kids, and I've shared food with Mike in the past, but never like this. I look to my side to see Mike looking over at everyone else, rather than shoving noodles into his mouth. He normally just eats, not really looking up until afterwards, but maybe it's because this is the first time he's eaten with everyone at once. I'm not even sure that's true though, but I can't think of another reason for his behavior, so I decide to just drop it and continue to look at him. His gaze then gets slowly fixated on me, and I realize that I've been staring at him, turning my face down into my bowl as fast as possible. I feel the heat in my cheeks as I try and pretend to keep eating like nothing's wrong. After I finish eating my second bowl, I look around and see that almost everyone else has also finished eating. We stay in silence for a few seconds before Mike clears his throat, a proud smile on his face.
So, how was it?
It was very good. I wish I could have a chef like you at home. You already know my opinion, big guy. I agree with Gus. I hadn't had noodles this good in a long time. But of course, it might be because I helped.
I think I could eat more, but then I'm pretty sure my body can't handle any more noodles.
Mike smiles the whole time through our words, but he suddenly aims at Faust, the lion's face turning almost, malevolent? Why did I have troubles with that? I don't... Look, guys, it's been a life. As a light a light blush covers Faust's face.
And you? What do you think about it, huh? It was good. Really good.
Okay, before Mike can say anything else about it, though, Faust proceeds to loudly stand up and stretch his back, in order to distract us from Mike.
Well, time to package this up. Looks like we'll have a good amount for night snacks, or lunch tomorrow. Or, let me help you out. I'll grab dish duty. Nah, you cooked it. I'll do that. But the only but is yours on that chair.
As Gus says this, he places his hand on Mike's shoulder, almost forcing him back into his seat, which catches him by surprise. Makes me wonder if he just didn't expect it, or if Gus is that strong.
I'll handle him. There's not much anyway.
Mike looks at me in disbelief, as if I did something by not saying anything. Sorry, Mike, he's just stubborn. And maybe really strong. Well, I'm going to go unpack some stuff. You want to join me, Robert? Thanks, but I'm good. I'm just gonna go relax outside. I've been missing how the wind feels when you're next to the sea. You outside? All right, have fun with the mites of sand.
Sand? Remember, no sand in the house when you come back.
Got it. Mike and Ed give me a wave as I walk out the door. I put my shoes on and walk down the stairs onto the sand. Soft sounds accompany my footsteps as I walk on a grainy surface. The lampposts don't reach this far onto the beach, but slightly illuminates my surroundings, so I'm not completely in darkness. I soon find myself at a decent distance from the house, but still close enough to see it. The lights are on. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. Oh, sorry about that. The lights are on inside, so it's easy to spot it in the dark anyway. I'm not sure why I came outside. I'm not sure if I just felt overwhelmed with all the sudden activity, or I just needed some time to myself. The stars are the only thing that covers the night sky, and no beautiful sunset, just the moon and I in the sea of stars. I take a deep breath, and then reach into my pocket to grab my phone. The screen flashes awake, and a list greets me. A few notifications about a social media platform, one missed call from Mom, an email, and a reminder that my alarm is set for 7 a.m. tomorrow. I sit down on the sand, pulling my knees up against my chest, watching the moon reflecting against the sea, and the waves that accompany it for a few seconds, before I decide to be responsible. I check my phone again and flop backwards to lay down on the sand, feeling slightly guilty that I'm having trouble calling my own parents. Remember, Robert, deep breaths. Then call them. I ready myself as I hear a beep, confirming I'm calling. The phone rings once, no answer. Twice, no answer. 3 times, and once again, no answer. It's probably too late. I should call... Hello, Robert, sweetie? Is that you? Oh, guess not. Hey, Mom. Are you okay, sweetie? You sound a bit out of it. I clear my throat, trying to clean up my act, mentally berating myself for not being in character from the start. Oh, sorry, Mom. I was just distracted by the sea. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I suppose I zoned out for a bit. No worries, dear. Your father is at work. Otherwise, I would get him. You have no idea how worried he was when you didn't pick up the call, but don't worry. I'll call him at work and tell him you're doing okay. How was your day today? Sheesh, Mom, I love you, but you sure get stressed easily. Not like I can blame her. Things are pretty good so far. We actually met Gus in town here. He seems to be doing good. Oh, that's wonderful to hear. How is his parents? Any girlfriends yet, or Or boyfriends? My bad. Do they still run that little shop? How is Core nowadays? I read something about a cave. How was Eddie? Oh, and the train ride. Mom, please slow down. Everything and everyone is fine. Gus is fine. He's just like always, except taller. The shop of theirs is still up and running, and he seems to be working there. As for Core, well, it's not in a great place. Business is slow. Ed's also fine. We all got here safe and sound. It might be best to leave Gus's whole new look thing out of the picture for now. I'm afraid she's going to ask more questions than my brain can handle. Well, that's lovely to hear, sweetie. And we love you, Robert, so much. That will never change. I know, Mom, thanks. I love you too. But you don't need to worry, okay? Everything's fine. Everything will be okay. I promise you that. Remember. I know, sweetie. Just be safe, okay? I will. 100%. Excuse me. How are the rest of your friends doing? I imagine that the trip was tiring for them as well. Well, a bit. Everyone kinda did something different today after we got off the train. Mike and I ended up cooking dinner for everyone today. It was pretty fun, actually. I mean, I don't think I actually did too much, but he appreciates me nevertheless. Oh, really? I never picked him for the culinary type. Always thought he would be would go big with, a basketball. Who knows? Maybe you two could go to culinary school together. Well, I'm on my last year to get my diploma. I don't think changing tracks, right now is the best idea. Either way, Mike would just take over every time I'm there. Mom hasn't always understood my choice in psychology, but every time I've asked her why, she always evades the question. Dad seems to be supportive enough of it, so I don't understand why Mom can't. I guess there are some things we're bound to disagree on, but that's all right. I already owe her so much anyways. The conversations progresses a bit, now focusing more about the kind of day she had. It's not too interesting, but at least she seems to have slowed down and relaxed. Well, sweetie, I suppose I've taken up enough of your time, and your father will be coming back soon, so I should get ready with supper for him. I hope you have a good night, and remember to try and call every so often. I will, Mom, don't worry. I hope you sleep well, and say hi to Dad for me, okay? I will. Good night, sweetie. The beep sounds that indicate the call is over feels relieving, and I sigh in response, feeling more alleviated. Normally, she isn't this heavy on things, but I suppose coming to Core would make her a little on edge, especially since it's not a long ride. It's such a long ride, that's what that said. I mean, I was on edge too. My friends helped me disconnect, but I wouldn't have been able to do this by myself. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about this. I stand up and start to shake off as much sand as I can from my body, heading back towards the house. My body feels heavier as I stand at the front door. All the emotions I felt today are probably making me feel tired. I reach down and take off my shoes, emptying them of sand before stepping inside. Everyone seems to be relaxing when I walk in. Gus and Mike are seated on one of the couches, while the other is occupied by Faust. Ed and Hector are sitting on the floor, watching the TV that hangs on the wall. I can't really see what's it about. Words. They're hard. Apparently, it's not important as Ed turns to me and immediately perks up. The TV turns off as Faust presses the red button on the controller. Ah, Rob, you're back! Were you waiting for me? Yeah, Ed wanted to talk about something, and so I went to check on you. But you were really far away. I guess I was. Sorry, I was talking with my mom mostly. How is she doing? She still loves gossiping, that hasn't changed. But anyway, what did you want to talk about, Ed? Right, so, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but in case you guys haven't checked, this house has only 2 bedrooms. Wait, there's only 2? Then we're gonna... Excuse me. And obviously Ed knows. Of course he didn't tell us.
That would have been nice to know beforehand, Ed. I wanted to mention it. I just kept forgetting about it. Wait, guys. Before you get too into this conversation, I should probably head home.
What?
No! What, you expect me to stay here with all of you? It sounds like you're gonna struggle for space already. Well, besides, I didn't pay for any of this. I would feel bad if I stayed here, you know. Especially since I already have my own bed to stay in for the night. He has a point. Don't get me wrong. I'm not kicking him out, but apparently someone didn't plan ahead enough to find a place with enough beds for all of us. It was cheap, and right in front of the beach. Don't bully me, Faust. Well, one thing for sure. I'm planning to stick around as long as I can. You guys are fun. Yeah, you're definitely welcome here anytime.
Speaking of that, you'll be back here tomorrow, right?
First thing I'll do after waking up. Yeah, I could totally show us around the town, see what changed and...
Oh, you could totally, yeah.
See what changed and all that. That's an idea I can get behind, if your friends are okay with it. I'm up for exploring the place. I'm itching to see more of Core.
I mean, that's why we're here. It's what I expect for the first day, exploring and stuff. And,
And you, don't have to refer to us as their friends, buddy. Someone who's friends with Robbie and Eddie is our friends too.
I admit, I wasn't ready to meet a new face. Sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable.
Don't worry, I get that completely. But I'm glad you guys are accepting me.
I'm glad to see this, but it is getting late, Gus. I don't want you to head back when it's too dark.
Right. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow morning, so don't oversleep.
Oversleep? I'll only sleep till 5 p.m. then. You know how it is. Ed had already opened the door by the time Gus finished speaking, so we accompanied him out. He looks for his flip-flops before putting them on and turns around to look at us, and somehow I know what Ed is going to do. And I join him. Our arms pull Gus closer, hugging him like we did back at the station, and he responds the same way. I'm incredibly happy to see you're here, Gus. I think I hear a strange sound for a second when I say that, similar to when someone plays the sad note in a guitar. It's subtle, but it's there.
I'm glad too, Rob. I missed you guys so much. We missed you too, Gus.
The hug slowly ends as Gus pulls back slightly, a smile on his face as he looks at us.
I promise I'll be here every day. I'm not missing any of you for any reason these days, okay?
It's a promise.
See you tomorrow, Gus.
After that, our childhood friend turns around and leaves at his own pace, his hands in his pockets. Seeing him again has been incredible, and I can't wait to see him more. That's what it says. That being said, what was that note I felt? It's not... Excuse me. I'm not sure if that was Gus or Ed, or even if I caused it. Whatever, I don't have to overthink it. We step back inside, closing the door behind us, to see that Mike and Faust already seem to be in another one of their arguments. Okay. Hector seems to have given up, and is just sitting on one of the couches looking at them.
I'm telling you to wait. We need everyone's opinion. You sound like my dad.
What's going on? Dressing code. I'm not sure why I'm surprised to hear those words. Of course Mike would be the one bringing it up. That being said, we're in a beach house. Maybe talking about it is a good idea. So, what's the general opinion?
That's why I wanted you guys, so we could talk about it. But Mike was already taking his pants off, so I had to stop him. It's hot in here, and I've been cooking. I need to cool off, Faust. I mean, we're all guys here, aren't we? It's not like it's a huge dilemma. Well, my buddy understands me.
Somehow, by the time he says that, his pants are already unzipped, and he's dropping them off before Faust rushes in and grabs them so they don't fall off of him. The situation is funny on its own, so I can't help but to laugh before I notice Hector is not looking at us anymore. I think he's blushing. Yeah, no. I think we should have some kind of limit. I'm not a fan of seeing naked people for no reason.
Oh, come on, Robbie. It's not like you haven't seen me naked before.
What? But not because I wanted to. Mike bursts into laughter, and Faust joins him for a second with a snickering laugh. Oh, before he goes back to being serious, given a stern look to Mike, as he almost drops his pants by accident.
I wasn't saying we should all be naked either. I'm just saying I won't die if I see anyone in their underwear around the house, but wear pants, preferably.
I am not taking my shirt off. Don't worry, the whole dressing code thing is to set a limit, not to force people into being undressed.
I agree that. Preferably, I'd rather see you with your pants on. You guys are boring. Fine. I'll keep it in my pants, unless someone asks.
We all say absolutely nothing as a response to Mike's comment as he zips his pants back on. Not even Hector. Okay. I'll end the part here, everyone, so I'll see you guys around.